and we started thinking on the line, if we fall short, say by 10%,
Yeah.
of and or 20%, even then we'll break the jinx of second season. Mutton and feeding everyone, including Samantha. And she's somebody who was very conscious of her diet, coming out of her
Ah.
van and eating with us. That way, she was very open, in uh, in knowing us,
Ah.
knowing this Mumbai film industry actors and and the technicians. In true sense, OTT celebrates performances or the content. Okay, it hardly focuses on stardom. Everyone, including the media, wanted a statement from our directors or the platform, and we were keeping quiet only for that reason, because we knew that this is not the truth. We knew that the questions are not valid. I mean, it will still take another 1.5, or more than that, years for
Oh,
for the third season to be ready.
not your minimum guy. In fact, a goat, greatest of all times. Manoj Bajpayee sir is joining me today on Bollywood Bubble. Welcome to Bollywood Bubble, Manoj sir. Firstly, I have to tell you that I cannot stop raving about the Family Man season 2. I cannot just stop raving about it because it's so good. From the moment I saw it, I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. What the kind of response that you have been getting, I'm sure, is equally amazing, right? Were you overwhelmed with the response that you've been getting?
I mean, it's quite unprecedented, to say the least. And yes, we were thinking about on the line of having a good product in your hand, and if we can match up to our season one, it will be fine. Or even if we fall short by say 10% or 20%, even then we'll manage to say break the jinx of say season two. But this is amazing. I mean, this I mean, from the word go of the streaming, people started watching. They finished it in one go, and then they watched it second time. Now I'm listening, hearing that or reading that many people are on the show again, third time, fourth time. So it's unprecedented. It's this love you can't guess or plan for, or so we were not prepared for this kind of immense and massive love.
You know, I should also mention that this is probably the first time wherein the second season is being appreciated more than the first one. But tell me, what was the most difficult part here? Because, there's a pressure of living up to the first season's expectation as well. Apart from it, you guys shot during, unprecedented times as well. So, what was the biggest challenge?
The challenge was not to really think that let's shoot it in a way so that it is as good as the first season, because our first schedule of Chennai was over by the time first season started streaming. So the script of it was completely unaffected by or uninfluenced by the season one massive response. When we were ready with the product, and the trailer was about to hit the YouTube, that was the time we started biting our necks. That was the we really don't dip, and we started thinking on the line, if we fall short say by 10%,
Yeah.
and or 20%, even then we'll break the jinx of second season. If we manage to match up to the second season, we will be fine. It will be amazing. So our benchmark was season one, because it was a massive
Mm.
success when it came.
Yeah.
But this has gone somewhere else. You can't really measure it. It is something that this industry hasn't seen. Any maker hasn't seen. Any show or any web product has ever seen. And this is like frenzy. This is furore. It's something that you really can't be making anything for this to happen. This just happens or it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So yes, we are overwhelmed. We are only thanking God Almighty and the audience
Yeah.
for shouting so much, such massive praise and love. किसी आदमी का दिमाग खराब हो जाए, सच में बोल रहा हूँ. अगर आपका
Yeah.
if you really don't know how to really manage this, you can actually lose your head and start thinking that you are the best. No, I mean, this. I mean, this is something which just happened. You can't plan for it.
Your bromance with JK is something I think everyone has been loving again. I mean, one of the highlights. But tell me, how was it to work with Sharib again in the second season? How different was it this time?
No, it was no different. Actually, it was much more, closer. First season, we started knowing each other, getting to know each other, uh, getting comfortable with each other. And I mean that was true with Shreya or say Shahab Ali, who played Sajid, or Sunny Hinduja,
Hmm.
you know, who played Milind. So we were still getting to know each other, or Priyamani for that matter, or both the children. But in this season, when we went on the set, we were very much aware of
Hmm.
each other's likes and dislikes, and we've known each other very closely by
Hmm.
that time. And now we are like family, so we are always second day, third day, we are all chatting up with each other. Raj DK or Supan, or the entire cast, we are actually like extended family of each other.
Hmm. Hmm.
So for any advice, for any suggestion, Sharif calls me, and we spend chatting up, talking about it for an hour, half an hour. So that's this is what a series does.
Yeah.
It doesn't wrap up. That's so if it
And I hope it
doesn't
never
wrap up.
wraps up in your case, to be very honest.
If it doesn't wrap up, then the relationship is always alive.
But tell me, I mean, Samantha was another addition this year, and people have been loving her as well in the entire season. How much time did you guys even shoot together? How was your interaction with her? Because obviously she comes from the southern part of the industry more so things, and now we have seen there's a amazing sort of a crossover that is happening within the country globally as well. So what kind of interaction did you have with her?
I mean, Samantha, I always knew that she's a huge star of Telugu and Tamil industry. I also knew one thing for a fact, that if she's coming in with a huge fan base that she's already created with her work. I was aware of a couple of work that I have seen, and huge admiration for her. And in the manner she has went for it, it was completely commendable. The physically and emotionally, the way she's prepared for the role is something that is there for everyone to see, and that is what people are really appreciating. So I'm sharing so much of praise on her. My interaction with her off the set was of the camera was when we were all waiting for our shot. I mean, for the police station sequence, she was there. I know I was cooking mutton, and feeding everyone, including Samantha. And, she's somebody who was very conscious of her diet, coming out of her
Ah,
van and eating with us out in open, which is not a very done thing, in some part of the in film industry. The main heroine, like big heroine and big hero, coming out and eating with you guys. So that way she was very open, in uh, in knowing us,
ah.
knowing this Mumbai film industry actors and the and the technicians. And now all of us are so close. I mean, you should see the family man group messages. It's like ting ting
I
ting
wish I
ting
could
ting
be.
ting ting
I
ting
wish
every
I
time.
could be that. I wish I could be the. There's a phrase, right? That I could. I wish I could be the ant or the bird or whatever on the wall. I wish I could be that, because I would want to know what is happening there. But I also have to ask you this: that yeah, that you have been part of some amazing films before this as well. But do you think it is on OTT that you have actually got your recognition as that phenomenal actor who can do it all? Do you think that that is happening?
The only thing that I've done for OTT is Family Man. The rest of the stuff which has come on OTT, they were meant for theater,
Hmm.
like Mrs. Serial Killer, or say Bhosle, or no, actually, Mrs. Serial Killer was meant for OTT. Bhosle was not meant for OTT, but because of the lockdown, it went on
Hmm.
OTT, and it received such love
Great.
and appreciation. Yes, OTT is something which came as a blessing to all of us, in not only in the lockdown, but it will always have space for actors.
True.
Because in true sense, OTT celebrates performances or the content. Okay, it hardly focuses on stardom. Okay, it hardly focuses on certain kind of glamour, or or of charisma. It doesn't celebrate charisma. It actually celebrates the performances and the
True.
content and the ability. So OTT will always have a space for an actor like me, okay, who is known for the work that I have done, who is known for the characters that I have portrayed. Time when OTT is still peaking up in this country.
Yeah, I think it has done a lot better in the last 1 year, and of course, it's going to grow and grow and grow in the
Yeah.
near future as well. But coming back to the Family Man season 2, the one of the scenes which I particularly loved how it was shot was the climax scene when the camera is just moving along and you guys are there's a confrontation scene that is happening. I particularly loved that entire moment because it was not a mounted. The camera was not mounted just on, it was not a static shot. I really loved that one. Is there anything? I mean, how was it to shoot that? Because when the camera is just following you everywhere, it's a difficult scene to shoot as well. Did you find that difficult at all?
I think it can't get more difficult than this. Okay, what climax scene is humongous. It's 7 minutes long sequence. 7 minutes means just imagine yourself, running for 7 minutes and falling down and shooting and fist fighting and climbing up and getting into the jeep. It's a massive sequence, and so we rehearsed for one day, 2 days we rehearsed.
Hmm.
Then third day we went for the shoot, and when we rehearsed every day, we used to come back with our swollen feet, okay, and completely exhausted. For 3 days it has happened, and if you're not getting your take right, then do it all over again, okay.
Yeah.
So it physically challenging in a real sense. When you say challenging, that was challenging.
Yeah.
that
I
that
could
was
imagine when I was
in
seeing it. I could imagine, yeah, because it was just moving. There was no one shot where you would be like, कि यहाँ
yeah,
पे cheat किया होगा. It was just moving and amazingly shot. Like that stayed with me as well.
right.
Another thing, sir, I wanted to ask you is that before the show released, of course, there was a lot of hue and cry about how there were people who were like, okay, this has hurt our sentiments without even watching the show. But now that you see that people have actually not, I mean, the same people, they're appreciating the show. Do you think that people should sometime just wait for the entire show to release and then to possibly pass a judgment or have an opinion?
Everyone, including the media, wanted a statement from our directors or the platform, and we were keeping quiet only for that reason, because we knew that this is not the truth. We knew that the questions are not valid, because once they watch the show, all their questions and the apprehensions and the fears will be answered, and they will be satisfied. And look, I mean, it's been streaming since 6 days, I think, and people are loving it. The love itself is so massive, is so humongous, that even a little bit of negativity here and there, everything got drowned. Is the it's only because uh, in Family Man, each and every character has a reason for 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 being there, for being, and all of them are the heroes of their own story. So they
True.
are looked at from a very human angle. Okay, so when you're looking at them and exploring their world and exploring their reasons to be there, you are
Yeah.
not going to hurt anybody. You're not going to offend anybody, because we are not here to pass a judgment, or show them with any kind of a bias. We are looking at it with a lot more empathy, that you can see in any creative work. He's so flawed, okay, and but still he has his reasons, okay, which is far greater than his flaw. And the similar argument goes with any other character, including Raji. You know, all of these guys are heroes. They are coming from a past which has not been easy, and they
Yeah.
have a reason to do what they do.
And lastly, before I let you go now, we all know that season 3 is coming. It's going to be set in China. Thoda hint humko spoiler mil chuka hai already. Tell me, how was the prep for that going? Because the set has been raised really high, sir, this time. I mean, we are only expecting the best now. Like, ye to best tha hi, isse bhi best. So now, what are the preps going on for that?
Nothing at this point of time, because when you are talking to us, there is a lockdown. Nothing that they can do. They can't even meet up. There is no writers' room at this point of time in their office. Everyone is gone back to their places. The main writer, Suman, is in Bangalore.
Hmm.
Raj and DK different houses, definitely with their families.
Hmm.
Suman in his house. Everyone is locked up. So let the world open. Let this country open fully, and when they start working, I'm very sure that they will be having the conversation, taking it forward with Amazon. Once there is a when it is greenlit, they will start turning the story into screenplay, because the story is with them. That
Hmm.
is ready. But still, I mean, everything. If everything goes right, everything. I mean, it will still take another 1.5, or more than that years for
Oh,
for the third season to be ready.
that wait is a long one, but I think it will be all worth it, because this was all worth it at the end of the day. But thank you so much for chatting with me
Thank,
and giving me your time. I absolutely
thank
loved
you,
it. And before
thank
I
you,
let you go, sir, I want to also congratulate you for Ray's trailer. It is amazing. Looking forward to that as well. But thank you for this lovely chat here.
thank you. Thanks a lot.